Yes, I bought the freaking iPhone. I didn't want to. I just had to. It was there at the store and I looked at it and it looked back at me and I just bought it. I know. I said I wouldn't. But I did. So sue me. My husband's phone, he has a iPhone 5C that he inherited from my son, which he bought secondhand, or we bought for him. So it was kind of getting long in the tooth, and it was freezing constantly. Like the screen was not responsive, and apparently this is not a screen problem, but it is a problem when the phone is getting too old. It just can't handle the operating system anymore, and it starts to lose its magic. My husband was not very happy with it, but he was, he was kind of okay with it. He says, I don't need a phone. This is fine. And then every once in a while he would complain, oh my God, this phone, it keeps on freezing. I hate it. So his birthday came up and we decided, why don't I upgrade my phone and I give you mine, iPhone 7, because he doesn't really appreciate new technology like I do. So it's usually me getting the newest phone or the newest computer or whatever, and then he gets my hand-me-downs, which is fine. If you know me, my hand-me-downs are actually pretty good. I did a bunch of research on the iPhone X. It was very expensive. I was very curious about it. And I was really struggling with myself if I wanted the X or if I wanted just to upgrade it to the iPhone 8. I didn't want the 8 Plus. The iPhone X for me was very tempting because of its screen size. Not quite the Plus and not the normal size. It was just a sweet spot in between. A longer screen, which is great for Twitter, and I do a lot of Twitter. I do a lot of reading on Twitter. I do a lot of reading and articles. It's great for Instagram. It's great for Google Plus. It's great for everything. And I don't mind it to be narrow because I like how to hold it. I could never really hold the 8 Plus or the 7 Plus or whatever it was, the 6 Plus that I had, 6 Plus. And it's still almost the exact same size as the iPhone 7 or 8 or 6. It seemed to have a bunch of issues. Most of them were related to the screen size. Most people came down from a 7 Plus and they didn't like that suddenly they had a narrow screen. That doesn't apply to me because I'm coming from a smaller phone to a bigger phone, so that's fine. The next concern was screen burn-in. The iPhone X or the iPhone 10 has a OLED screen which can, like the plasma TV that we bought, have a burn-in over time. And we've had our plasma TV for 10 years now and I haven't had any burn-ins. We are really careful, and I will be careful with this phone. I would not let it sit for hours on end on the same screen, or that's just not something I would do. Some people complained about the battery. Battery is not strong enough. Well, it's a smaller phone. It has big screen. I mean, my iPhone 7 lasted me a day, and that's all I really need. Then the apps. Not all apps are made for the iPhone X yet, the iPhone 10. Some apps have a letterbox around them, a black bar on the top and the bottom to make it fit. And people didn't like that either. And again, that's it, the phone is barely a month old. They'll fix it. I wouldn't have a problem with that. And then I stumbled across a post on Mac Rumors where people were complaining about the iPhone 10 giving them migraines, eye fatigue, eye strain, dizziness, headaches. I get migraines from fluorescent light. And so I was sure the iPhone 10 would give me migraines or headaches or some kind of a problem. So we went Friday night. We had to go to Coquitlam to a basketball tournament that started at 8 o'clock at night. So I said to Eric, let's go to the Apple store. It's right next door us, and let's pick up the iPhone 8. But let's have a little look at that iPhone 10, just because I'm curious. I want to see what it looks like. And yeah, that thing is bloody gorgeous. I held it in my hand. It felt so good. It was beautiful. The screen was so bright, much more bright than. It's not true. The iPhone 8 is brighter. The iPhone 7 is brighter, but there's something about this. I can see it better in bright sunlight. It just. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, I'm here at the Apple store, and there's this genius that's supposed to help me, and he's trying to tell me things, and I'm trying to tell him things that he doesn't even know, and my typical thing. I found out that Apple, over the Christmas holidays, has a much longer return policy, meaning you can keep whatever you buy starting November 25th until January 8th. So I bought the phone. For myself, and I wanted to test it. The guy said, try it out. If it gives you any kind of problems, return it and pick up the 8. We have lots of 8s in stock. These sell out quickly. So if you need it, come right back, bring it back, and we will exchange it for you. Okay, so I picked it up. Black one. I don't like white and silver. I like silver. I do like silver. But the silver phone to me looks cheap. Okay, I said it. And I was absolutely blown away by the amount of sharpness that this phone has compared to the iPhone 7 or 8. Like that screen, I can't even begin to tell you how great it is. The detail in the foliage, in the stuff that you don't see, I was able to see on that iPhone X screen. And when I noticed that, I think that was it for me. So here's the thing. Friday, I was sure I would give it back on Saturday. We were going back on Saturday, and I said to Eric, you know what, I'm pack it up. I'm going to bring it back. And then Saturday, when I did all these tests, I realized it was just done. It was absolutely gorgeous phone. Gorgeous phone. Absolutely. Face ID, flawless. It's just so good. I thought I would hate it, but I don't. I love it. The size. It's chunkier. It's chunkier than the iPhone 7 or 8. It's definitely thicker. And it has a lot of weight to it. It is heavy. If you should do what I did and get this phone, do not walk out of the store without AppleCare. Literally. I'm begging you. Unless you have like millions of dollars and you don't care. But that's something that you have to calculate into the cost of the phone. If you want the iPhone X, you have to get some kind of an insurance that if you drop your phone, it will repair it without asking you exorbitant amount of money. I don't know what to tell you. I said I wouldn't get it. I said it's too expensive. But man, you get what you pay for. I had money put aside to buy a new phone because I was waiting for the iPhone X with bated breath. And when it finally came, I was so upset because it was so expensive. But I love it. Now that I have it, now that I played with it for a while. Oh man, don't go to the Apple store because you're going to be like me. You're going to look at that thing and you're like, oh my God. I loved how the guy, the genius. We were looking at the iPhone X, and he says to me, "So you want the white one, right? I'm gonna get you the white." No, who said I want the white one? Just because I'm a woman? This is the right phone for me. It's the right size. It's the right screen. And then the home button, I had, okay, I'm not lying. I swear I'm not lying. And I didn't do any video reviews or something. I went to the store and I took the phone off the display, and I swiped up and I swiped down and I swiped left, and I had it. And that was it. And I'm not looking for my home button. It is so it was so intuitive. It's crazy. I mean, I watched a couple of videos of how to use it and what people do. The funniest thing was me trying to figure out how to get rid of my notification. So you basically, when you swipe down from here, you get your notification. When you swipe down from the other side, you get your, whatever that's called, your little dashboard. But I had that notification down, and I'm like, okay, how do you get rid of this? How does it go away? I don't want it. And you have to just swipe from the very bottom. And that took me a while. What can I tell you? I said I wouldn't do it. I still may not keep it. I mean, this is day 3 of 30 days that I have. I don't know if I'm going to go to all 30s. Because if I get any kind of visual problems or headaches or migraines at all, this phone goes back. I'm not risking my health for it. But so far, I cannot perceive any flickering. I cannot perceive any issues with the screen whatsoever. I've pretty much stared at it all day Saturday, continuously, and I had no issues. So I will film a few more updates if you want to know my experiences of it, and I'm going to go into more detail, and I'm going to be more precise, and I'm going to be more planned. This was just now like puking out my first impressions of this glorious phone, and I wanted to update you. Yes, I caved. I bought it. I knew that anyway. Now I have to craft dinner for the next 3 months or so. But yeah, in the name of technology. Anyway, have a look at the store. Go there and look at it, and then tell me that I'm wrong, because I'm not. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again next time, and have a great night. Tschüss.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.